A mother's promise. Anna was a mother of 3 children, Emily, Jacob, and little Rosie. They lived in a small village near a vast forest. Anna's husband had passed away years ago, and since then, she had taken care of her children alone. She worked hard every day, sewing clothes for the villagers and growing vegetables in her small garden. Life was not easy, but she never complained. She always smiled, even when she was tired, because her children were her world. One winter, the village faced a terrible storm. The sky was dark, and the cold wind howled through the trees. Snow piled high on the roads, making it impossible for anyone to travel. The villagers had stocked food for winter, but the storm lasted longer than anyone expected. Anna and her children stayed inside their small wooden house, wrapped in blankets, but their food supply was running low. At first, Anna gave her children the little food they had left, some bread, a few potatoes, and a small amount of soup. She herself ate very little, pretending she was not hungry. Days passed, and soon, there was nothing left to eat. The children became weak, their little faces pale with hunger. Anna knew she had to do something. There was no choice. She remembered that deep in the forest, there was an old abandoned hut. Sometimes, hunters left supplies there. If she could reach it, she might find something to keep her children alive. That night, after making sure her children were warm, she kissed them softly. "Stay inside," she whispered. "I will be back soon." Emily, the eldest, held her mother's hand tightly. "Mama, it is too dangerous. Please don't go." Anna smiled and stroked her daughter's hair. A mother must always protect her children. "I will be careful." She wrapped herself in her thickest coat, put on her old boots, and stepped into the freezing night. Snowflakes fell gently at first, but as she walked deeper into the forest, the wind became stronger. The trees creaked under the weight of the snow. The path was covered in white, and Anna had to move slowly, her feet sinking with every step. She shivered as the cold bit her skin, but she kept going. Her children were waiting for her. After what felt like hours, she finally saw the small hut in the distance. Her heart filled with hope. She pushed open the wooden door, and to her great relief, there was food inside, a small sack of potatoes, dried meat, and a bottle of water. It was not much, but it was enough to keep her children alive. She quickly gathered the food and prepared to leave. But as she stepped outside, she realized the storm had become worse. Snow was falling so heavily that she could barely see the path. The wind pushed against her, making it hard to walk. Still, she refused to give up. Step by step, she moved forward, her body aching from the cold. Her legs felt heavy, her fingers numb, but she clutched the sack of food tightly. "I must get home," she whispered. "My children need me." Suddenly, she slipped on a patch of ice and fell. The food spilled onto the snow, and for a moment, she lay there, exhausted. Her body begged her to rest, but she thought of Emily, Jacob, and Rosie. She could not fail them. With all her strength, she pulled herself up, grabbed the food, and kept going. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, she saw the lights of her home. A surge of energy rushed through her. She reached the door, knocked weakly, and the next moment, Emily threw it open. "Mama!" Emily cried, pulling her inside. Jacob and Rosie ran to her, hugging her tightly. Anna's body was frozen, and her fingers were blue from the cold, but she smiled. "I got food," she whispered, holding up the sack. Tears filled Emily's eyes as she helped her mother to the fire. They quickly wrapped her in blankets and gave her warm soup. Slowly, warmth returned to Anna's body. She was weak, but she was safe. That night, as they ate together, Emily held her mother's hand. "You risked your life for us," she said softly. Anna smiled and kissed her daughter's forehead. A mother's love has no limits. The storm ended a few days later, and the villagers helped them with more food. Anna recovered, and though the winter had been hard, the family remained strong. From that day on, the children never forgot their mother's sacrifice. They knew that no matter what happened in life, their mother would always protect them. And they promised to take care of her, just as she had taken care of them. Anna's story became one that the village told for generations, a story of a mother's love, stronger than the coldest winter. Like, share and subscribe for more stories.